What's your opinion so far after however many weeks with Tyrese?
Tyrese is a really competitive young man. He holds himself to a high standard. He's a dynamic playmaker. He can be somebody that can really pressure the basketball. I've seen progress from when he came to the summer to now, just in terms of him understanding how hard he has to go on both sides of the court. But we've got a lot of confidence in Tyrese and the job that he's going to do for us.
What do you expect for him? I mean, start the season or?
Yeah, so we still have 4 weeks left before we play our first game, but he's definitely in contention for the starting point guard position. He's been competing. He's strung together some really good days. So we're open-minded to however that goes, and he's certainly in that talk.
How have you tried to get that physicality that you said you were trying to add to this roster? Have you seen that kind of play out so far?
Well, I think it takes buy-in, first of all, guys that they care about winning. They know that's important. They play with a mentality to them. So physicality isn't just brute physical force. It's cutting hard. It's doing everything with purpose and doing everything the best of your ability. And I think our guys are understanding that how important that is for our team to have that physicality. Also translates on the rebounding side of it. We keep preaching, if you go, you're going to get them. And so it's that commitment to effort, and how we do everything is how we do anything.
I guess on that same line, what's been your conversations with them, I guess, of not taking that too far, when you're in a game and not being reckless, I guess?
Well, more than anything, we want to dictate. We want to impose our will on the game, and certainly there's a line to that of not getting silly fouls or things along those lines. So I think our guys understand where that line is, and we want them to be turned up to play to the best of their ability and as aggressive as they can. If we're going to make a mistake, we'd rather make it out of aggression, not out of being passive.
You had these guys on campus over the summer, but the first week of practice, what's kind of been your big takeaway so far?
We have a competitive group, guys that they care, which is important. We've got different combinations that we can put out there. There's guys like Gabe Kelcher and Isaiah Brockington who on a daily basis, they're very effort-based guys. They're great teammates. They have experience and poise, haven't been starters in the Big Ten, so love the consistency that guys like that bring. A guy like Blake Hinson brings energy to us. And so overall, it's not even as much about the individual. It's about, for us, we're preaching pressure the basketball, rebounding effort and energy, and then ball toughness. And so that's something that's across the board for everybody.
And Blake obviously didn't play last year. Just what do you see from him kind of through the first week, even maybe going back through some of the summer stuff?
Yeah, but Blake's really coachable, which is a great trait to have. He brings some physicality. He's got some mass, ability to shoot the basketball, versatility offensively to play a few positions, and he's got to continue to keep focus on the defensive side because he can be a great player there, and that's something we've really been working on with him.
Foster, how's he doing? He didn't play a whole lot last year.
Yeah, he hasn't been available for practice yet due to some medical and health things that I probably can't discuss, unfortunately.
So what about Condon? I talked to him Saturday night, and I asked him, how everything was going, and he said he's having more fun with basketball than he has in a long time.
That's great. That's great to hear. I mean, hopefully it's because he's giving more of himself. I think the experience for George when he went to play with the Puerto Rican team opened his eyes a little bit, how hard you have to play, how physical the international game is. And what we found is when George got back here, he was in great shape, and that really served him well. And so for him, staying in great shape, great conditioning, playing with the motor and energy is going to be really important to him being successful. And when he's done that, he's done some really good things for us.
Will he play a lot of minutes, you envision?
Yeah, I mean, right now, you can look, it's hard to say because to me, we're really preaching to these guys every day right now as an opportunity to earn it. So we had the 8 weeks in the summer. We had 5 weeks of fall workouts, and now we're in week 2 of practice. So we want to continue to foster that, competitive environment every day. And again, George is in the mix in that front line to have opportunity to start and earn those minutes. And we'll be open-minded to whoever the guy is or guys are that do that.
Outside of Xavier, so far?
Not entirely. We've had, with Jazz Kunch, he's had some soreness in his back, which has held him out of some things. So he hasn't been able to go live quite as much as we would have liked, but we're hopeful that it's something that over the next couple of weeks could be in the rearview mirror.
What can you tell us about Javen's decision to transfer?
Not a whole lot outside of, I think Javen's a great kid, and we wish him the best in the future, and appreciative to his contributions, what he's done for this program.
You talked about the opportunities, I guess, with him out of the mix now. I mean, what have you told the guys kind of in that range of, their opportunities here?
We've continued to preach the same message for everybody: is you'll earn the playing time. That'll be the byproduct of your hard work over time, the effort and energy you put in every day. That's an investment in yourself that will only pay off for them. So I think the guys that are willing to stay the course, be everyday guys, compete and bring it every single day, that's in alignment with how I see things. Those are the guys that will rise to the top and probably garner and earn more playing time. That message hasn't changed regardless of what's happened with individual personnel.
What's your confident level that this team will be able to shoot it? I don't know whether this team shot it great since you left.
Yeah, we've got a lot of confidence in guys. Obviously, Kelsher was a guy freshman year who had shot the ball really well up for Minnesota, and Caleb Grill was a guy coming out that shot it really well, and believe he can continue to make strides. Trey Jackson's making shots with a high regularity. Blake Henson has been a guy who's made 2 threes a game in college games. So we'll continue to look at that as a weapon. Obviously, we study the numbers and want to make sure that we're playing a style of basketball that gives us the best shot quality to give us a chance to win. So we're going to need to shoot the ball well, and that's something we're focused on.
How have you tried to transition the new guys in with however many older guys?
Yeah, really more than anything, it's just about the hard work, the work habits, guys who, from an effort standpoint, want to bring it. So because we've had so many new guys, I don't think it feels as much like a bunch of guys are returning and these guys had to blend in. I think everybody's come in on equal ground. Certainly there's been a few of the returning guys have been here a little bit longer and have more time under their belt, but when it comes down to it, we hit the ground running pretty quick, and I think everybody feels good about how that process has evolved.
What about with the new guys coming in, new teams coming into the Big 12? Have you looked at that? What kind of conferences they're going to take?
Yeah, I mean, I think the numbers say it still gives us a chance to be the best conference in the country. I mean, Ken Pomeroy put out some study that said we've been the best league, whatever, 4 of the last 6, and we certainly were last year, and ran the numbers and said that the numbers say we'll still be the best league. So obviously all 4 of the programs that we're talking about adding have had basketball tradition, basketball success, and been on the climb, with Houston being in the Final Four. BYU's been a regular tournament team. Cincinnati rich in tradition, and Central Florida still an up-and-coming team that's had some success. So we don't feel that the league will miss a stride or skip a step. In fact, some even think that could make the league stronger.
Thanks, TJ.